Welcome back, nail queens. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions and review mani of Dip Nailed It. This is a new to me company. They reached out to me and asked me to send me some stuff, and they let me pick the colors. So these are the 3 colors I selected, and they also sent me a clear dip powder. So this glitter, let me tell y'all, incredible. When I saw the little apple pieces on the website, I knew I just had to have it. So then I went browsing the Dip Nailed It Instagram account page and saw the tagged photos, and someone had done a mani using apple pie a la mode. Oh my god, let me tell you, her mani was incredible. I'm like, yep, confirms I need it. Dip Nailed It also sent me dip liquids, so I'm going to be trying those out in this video today too. To start out, I have applied 2 layers of Kimberz Creations peel base to my nails. What this does is it allows me to pop off my nails, my dip powder nails, anytime I want without having to soak off in acetone. This is completely optional and you don't have to do it. So I'm getting ready here. Also, this little finger rest stand I have that I lay my fingers on, I get questions on it a lot. It's from a company called Liquid Layers, and I've linked everything about them in the description box below. There's a discount code too. They sell finger rests, bottle holders, drill stands. They have a lot of incredible things, so I definitely recommend checking them out if you guys want some desk organization and finger rests and bottle holders. I even have their single bottle holder here in the lower left corner, and it's holding the dip base bottle, and it keeps it at a slant so that I don't have to tip over my bottle to get the liquid out, and also so my bottle doesn't fall over. So far, I've done 1 dip of fluffy clouds on my middle finger. I'm going to be doing a glitter ombre kind of on that. And then I'm going to use Lips of an Angel, this red, on 3 of my fingers. I just stirred it up real quick just to fluff it up, just in case it's pretty packed in there, dense. Stirring your dip powders before use really helps them be easier to dip in. It makes them just more fluffy, not so compact, and you're less likely to get like wrinkles. If you add too much base to your nails, you're not going to get so much like wrinkle of the dip powder, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to use the Lips of an Angel on 3 of my fingers. I am going to do a glitter ombre on my middle finger where the white fluffy clouds is. And I think it's going to turn out great. And on my ring finger, I'm just going to have apple pie a la mode in its full glory because I think it needs its time to shine in the sun. Anyways, so I'm going to try to rush through the red application because chunky glitters are a beast of their own, and it's no fault to most companies if they have like the good mixture where they have enough smaller glitters and larger glitters and medium glitters. If it's a good mixture, you still have to like finagle it or else you'll get a really chunky glitter. So I definitely want to show you guys how I got this glitter to work for me. It was more on the trickier side than finer glitters, even brands who use smaller size glitters. The larger the glitter is, the more work you're going to have to do. But that's what you got to do for beauty, right? You may have already noticed that I have red pigmentation all over my skin, and that is from the red dip powder Lips of an Angel. And in most cases, that is just the nature of the beast. I've been very fortunate to find a few companies whose red dip powders don't do this. But I will show you guys how to fix that because it's not permanent staining. So don't let something like that scare you. If you encounter a dip powder that is starting to stain your skin like this, I will show you exactly how to clean it up. It is really easy. You are not stuck with this pigmentation on your skin forever or a week or a day. Like if you like to take your mani pictures immediately after doing your nails, you can still do that once I show you how to clean that up. So to get rid of staining, I take like a cotton pad, a paper towel, or something like that, and I soak it in rubbing alcohol, and then I just rub it on the areas where the staining has deposited on it. And you can already see the pigment is coming off on this paper towel, like most of the staining is going to end up on the paper towel and my skin is going to look so much better. So I do this multiple times throughout. So I do it now, I'm going to do it again after I activate, and at the end after I've completely top coated. The rubbing alcohol is a lifesaver to remove staining. Now is time for the fun part and applying the chunky glitter. So what I'm going to do is a full coverage coat of the chunky glitter on my ring finger here. By the way, I really love these brushes of the Dip Nailed It dip liquids. They're round. I don't know how to explain it really, other than it really fits around the cuticle really nicely. So huge kudos to this brush style. I wish more dip companies had something like this. So what I'm doing is I'm picking off, quite literally, some of the apples because I don't want them all too stacked on top of each other and then look like red dots where you can't really see the shape. So anything that is stacked on top of each other where you can't see what's underneath it, I am just simply removing it. Now I'm going to dust everything off and I'm going to do another coat. So the first coat was simply to pour over what I could. There actually wasn't that many small glitter pieces here, so honestly, I should have just dipped in the jar instead of pouring over. The whole technique of pouring over is to catch the small glitters first. Since there's not many small glitters in this dip, it was kind of pointless. So now, after I've finally laid in the dip, I have picked up all sorts of glitters and I am picking and choosing what I want to take off. I usually focus on things that are around my free edge, around the cuticle area, hanging around or poking up, things that are just awkward or stacked on top of each other. Like if I have too many red apples in one concentrated area, I'm going to remove them and then put some somewhere else. And then if I see any blank spots, I add a little bit of dip base in that area, and I use this little pick here and I just start filling it up with small and medium-sized glitters. Now the next thing I need to focus on is getting this glitter flat. So the best way to do that is to apply activator to the entire nail, like douse it in activator before your base bond completely dries and hardens. Then take like a jewelry bag or a sandwich bag or something of this nature that won't glue to your nail and then press everything down. Just rock it back and forth and keep pressing. It's okay if a small little clear film forms. That's just the base and activator reacting with each other. It's going to be completely fine. It's not going to affect the final look. But after you press long enough, you're going to have a completely smoothed out glitter. What we're trying to do is mold the glitter to the shape of your nail. Now I'm going to do a glitter ombre on my middle finger, so I'm applying dip base to the upper half of the nail, and instead of sprinkling anything on my nail, I'm actually going to hand place everything. Yes, since these pieces are so large and there's not a lot of small pieces, I found it better to just hand place everything. So I'm going to try to work in a cascading effect where it's like small glitter pieces are at the cuticle area, and then you go slightly down, it gets medium to large pieces, and then back to medium and then small. So cascading, waterfall, I don't know. But that's basically what I'm focusing on. I know it's super fast forwarded, but I'm pretty sure it took me like 10 minutes to do this nail. So I felt it was best to not have you guys stare at me do this for 10 whole minutes. It did take me a while, but the end result was totally worth it. Now that I'm content with the whole placement of the glitter all over the nail, I'm applying base bond to the entire nail and I'm encapsulating it in clear. So the reason I'm doing this is to completely protect the glitter from filing away any of the pretty colors that are here. I only have to do one layer of clear on this nail. Everything was pretty flat for the most part. Since it's not a full coverage glitter nail, I only needed one layer of clear. However, for my ring finger, I am going to do 2 layers of clear because there is a lot going on and there's a lot of grooves and ridges to fill in. Normally I would do 1, but since these are medium and larger glitter pieces, I'm doing 2 just for safe measure. It is going to be a beast to file, shape, and buff, but it'll be worth it in the end. So like I said, the filing, shaping, and buffing is going to be a beast. Things look a little lopsided right now, partly due to the glitter, partly due to the clear powder. So I'm just going to work on fine-tuning the almond shape. I am wearing jelly tips, so if you're curious about what I'm wearing, it's in the description box below. I link everything that I use in my manis. If I'm ever missing anything or you can't find it in the description box, definitely comment asking for what I'm using at the certain timestamp. So tell me what timestamp I'm at, and then I'll link it for you. I'll find the link for you. Since it is so bulky, I am using my e-file to file down any of the bulk. It is completely safe for me to use as it has a rounded dome top and it is smooth, so when the drill bit touches my skin, it actually doesn't hurt me. I absolutely love this drill bit. It is a medium grit drill bit and I like to use it to just file things down, just file down bulk. And I usually only use this when I'm filing down clear, because I always encapsulate my colors and glitters in clear, so I don't ever have to worry about filing away any of the color pigmentation on my nail. So I'm just going to keep doing this and filing downwards, any downwards motions, going around the cuticle, getting everything as smooth as I possibly can. Mind you, I am not a nail technician. I'm not a professional. I've practiced and taught myself how to use an e-file. I only go at speeds that I feel comfortable using, and I do plenty of research. I follow quite a few nail techs who have taught so much about e-file bits and how to use your e-file and safety and all that. So if you feel uncomfortable using an e-file, don't feel like you need to use one to get the same results. You can definitely hand file. The only reason I didn't hand file is because I know that I can be reckless with my hand file and I can actually cut up my cuticles trying to get this close to the glitter and get it smooth. So personally for me, the e-file was a safer choice because I had that dome bit and I knew I wasn't going to cut myself up with the file. So now I'm just rounding everything out, polishing everything up, buffing and smoothing the surface of the nail. There's still a lot of clear powder here, filling in the grooves between the glitter pieces. So I just want to smooth everything out so that it's as flat and smooth as possible. Alright, so we're coming up on the end. Everything is filed, shaped, and buffed. I'm very excited to apply my top coat, so I'm going in with the dip powder top coat here, following the instructions on the bottle, and it says to wipe before you put the brush back in the bottle, so keep that in mind. Definitely always follow the instructions on the dip powder liquids that you are using, because not all companies have the same instructions. So I'm just going to skip past this next part and show you guys the final manicure. I am literally so in love with these colors. Thank you, Dip Nailed It, for sending these over. Here's my final manicure the next day outside. These colors are beautiful. This is what they look like in natural daylight. So it's indirect daylight, so it's not harsh light. These are absolutely stunning. I highly recommend these dip powders. I'll link everything down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home.